All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Hope everyone's having a nice Friday. Indeed, it is Friday, May 28th, 2021. Let's talk market, shall we? Before we begin, make sure to click bottom right-hand corner of your screen, little white box there. Click that. That's our logo. Turn on notifications. Subscribe to our channel. Like our videos. Really do appreciate it as always. Thanks again for taking the time out of your day to join me. All right, let's talk about it. Dow futures are up 136 points. NASDAQ futures up 23. S&P futures up 10. Russell's up 10. The dollar index is up about 0.5%, 90.42. The VIX is down about 0.12% at 16.72. Crude oil futures are down 0.58% at 67.25 a barrel. Gold futures down 0.26% with the dollar, obviously, 18.93 an ounce. 27.53 on silver, down about 1.5%. Euro dollar up down 59 pips, 121.35. 110.17 for the dollar yen, highest since April, up 34 pips. That's where we are currently. Okay, let's take a look at some pre-market movers, see what's moving, what's shaking, and move this over here. Oh, real quick, let's take a look at crypto. I forgot. Bitcoin's at 36,788. Ethereum right near 2,600. Dogecoin at 31 cents. Cardano at $1.57, or excuse me, 157. XRP 90 cents. What is $1.57? Excuse me. And that's where we are at currently. Pre-market movers. AMC up 15% pre-market at 30.52. Nokia up 2.5%. Palantir, which I own shares, they're up 2%. With Palantir, they just got granted a U.S. government contract. I'll read those headlines here in a second. So you look at Dow, what's moving? Boeing is down about 1%. Salesforce increased their guidance. They announced that they're up about 5%. Procter & Gamble up about 0.59%. Chevron 0.43%. Microsoft up about 0.5%. American Express 0.79%. So some financials are getting some love here. Visa up 0.39%. What's down is McDonald's down 0.58% and Boeing for the most part down 1%. On the S&P, Ford up about another 0.5% today. American Airlines up slightly 0.04%. Carnival down 0.23%. Citigroup up 0.28%. Again, financials. Tesla's down about 0.46%. And on the NASDAQ, NVIDIA is slightly green and AMD is slightly red. And Intel slightly green as well. Facebook down 0.27% and Monster Beverage up about 1.81%, and Costco, after their earnings, they're down 0.72 this morning. Let's see if I can get to FinViz here. Take a look at bonds. 10-year treasuries of about 3 basis points. So again, day before holiday, we know the drill. Holidays on Monday. No market on that day because it's Memorial Day weekend. So again, volumes may be a little lower, so we definitely don't want to do anything too crazy. Let the market come to you. Let's see what happens. Again, my prediction for today, I think that we get a nice boost today. My goal, or what I'm looking for, is 42.38 on evening futures. Historically speaking, before a long weekend, we tend to get a nice little bull run. People tend to feel good about themselves, buy some stocks. That's just usually what happens. Does that mean it's going to absolutely happen today? No, we don't know that. A couple things I'm watching. Obviously, I have Tesla here. Looks like there's a clear path to 668.36, bottom right-hand corner of my screen. PayPal broke above 260. We're looking at the 265 calls yesterday. They had about 9,000 vol. Let's see where the volume comes today. That's a couple of things I'm looking at. If you guys are looking at AMC, I know pretty much everyone's talking about it, the meme names. Break 31.76, possibly. You can probably swing it for a 35 call. Take a look at the vol for the most part. If you're doing it, I highly recommend half position, meaning half your usual position. So again, if you're gonna risk, that's fine, but just don't go all in. But yeah, AMC is definitely taken in. I thought possibly maybe some puts here. If you wanted to play some puts, you need to go right around 25.30. That would be the best place to play puts if you get a pullback of some kind or some profit taking. But again, if your trend is your friend, don't try to get cute. Don't try to get cute either. 31.76 would be a nice level to break. I would target possibly the 35 calls for next week if that's the case. But that's the only thing on AMC that I would be watching. Any other kind of the meme names we can look over? Nokia had an alert above 519. never alerted me. That's after hours anyways. So if you do take a look at Nokia, anything above 519 was my breakout level. If that holds, then you could probably take a look at the 5.5 calls, maybe. Again, it's all on volume. If there's no volume there, don't waste your time. It's not really worth it. I know BlackBerry is another one of those meme names. We could take a look at that, put an alert above 10.5. If that does happen, then you can possibly look at some calls. Again, I'll have them on my watch list. Let's see what happens. GME is just a little too expensive to signal or to even trade sometimes. So I'll put an alert there for you too. GME, a break of 266. Then you can start taking a look at possibly looking at probably the 300s or the 280s. I would say the 300s are probably your best bet if you get this continuation. Again, if you're playing the meme names, that would probably be the four ones you want to play: Nokia, AMC, GME, and AMC. AMC, BlackBerry, Nokia, Nokia, BlackBerry, GME, AMC. There you go. There's four. So that's the four I would be watching. Again, not in a rush to jump into them, but again, it's something to watch. Again, if there's opportunities there, you take it. But again, I would say on the meme names, go half position. Keep it simple. Don't go crazy. And maybe you'll get surprised. I mean, some of our members did catch AMC. Some of them held for some nice gains. So congrats to them. Again, we're always watching and see what happens. Go from there. But other than that, I don't expect tons today, but I do expect a nice melt up, possibly towards the 3 o'clock hour. 42.38 comes, possibly. Let's see how the market accepts this CPI number, not CPI number, this inflationary data that came out, the PCEs. PCE year over year, 3.6 versus 3.5, so nothing too crazy. 0.6% versus 0.6% month over month. That's the headline number on the PCE, which is what is called the personal consumption expenditures. So it was higher than expected by 0.1%. Does that mean that inflation is absolutely wild? No, I don't think we're in hyperinflation. I think once supply catches up with demand, then you'll see gas prices have just hit a new 7-year high. Obviously, if you compare to last year when no one was driving and everyone was locked down, you're going to get a spike in prices due to demand. It's really just demand at the end of the day. Yeah, the kernel pipeline that went down, sure. But again, this is a good thing. I think a lot of people need to embrace inflation as a simple fact of growth. I mean, again, deflation is not a good thing. Japan had that in the lost decade of the 90s, and not a good sign. So again, what you're seeing is that you're seeing a lot of demand. Good thing from consumers because that's about 70% of our economy. It's all consumption. So again, if you have demand there, but the supply chain is not meeting yet, again, we know the semiconductor shortage. Again, the market will adjust itself, and I believe in Q3, Q4 we will. I'm expecting again a continuation. August 31 by August 31, I do believe we'll hit 4,400 in the S&P. I think a lot of the buttons are being checked in the economy here. As the only thing I would say that I would like a little more of would be a little more employment, but I think that the market will adjust itself with this demand that we're getting. Everyone is getting out of the house. Memorial Day weekend. I hope you guys have a really safe trip. I hope everyone enjoys himself. And I know you guys are going to probably go to the beach, go to the bars, go have a good time. And you guys deserve it. After being locked down for how long, it's a good thing to see Americans going have fun again. It shows how much we appreciate things when we lose them, all right? So you guys enjoy. Let's go answer some questions. Let's see. Roblox. Yeah, Roblox was on fire yesterday. I was looking at some options. I saw the 95s gained. There wasn't tons, so I didn't add the risk on top of it. If I did, I would have made an easy maybe 60%. I just didn't. Roblox looks decent. If you break 98.80, then you can start taking a look at some calls. That'd be the high. But again, let's see what we get. Thoughts on Rocket long term? Again, I think that the market is fine for real estate, but when it comes to mortgages, they're highly regulated. And for the price of Rocket, I can get J.P. Morgan or a Citibank, which are mortgage lenders, or a Bank of America, which I get a lot more cash flow. I get a lot less debt, and yeah, they still pay dividends. Rocket, sure, you could say it's growthy, but I think I'd rather go with the financials instead, those financials, than Rocket. I think a lot of people like Rocket because it's cheap, but I think JP Morgan, Citi, Bank of America, those are probably better ones. Fastly, let's take a look here. Fastly, slowly and steady coming up. There's a lot more to go here, obviously, after their earnings. Maybe a break above, let's see, actually we're breaking above here. look at the volume. I would probably take it easy on the 55s. I don't love the chart, to be completely honest with you, but there is a gap to fill in the daily due to earnings. You can see it right here. See this major gap, right? Well, it did fill, so not really a gap. So that's why it's probably running so slow. But again, it could retake 59.92. But again, I wouldn't risk my money on Fastly. I think there's better options out there. Pullback in growth today after inflation data this morning? No, because you're not seeing it. I don't think there's any pullback. And again, the inflation numbers, yeah, they were above expectations, but they weren't absolutely awful. But the good thing, again, is financials. I still like financials long term. I think that I still have some XLF leap calls. I think it does break 38.27, and let's see what we get. But again, I think a little higher inflation readings do help more of the value names than the growth, obviously. But we're not seeing a horrific pullback in growth either. Let's see. How does Memorial Day affect the AMCs of the world? It really doesn't affect it. AMC is a pure, just a short squeeze. I mean, I've profited on it before. It's not a big deal. I mean, I think we profited in January. Not terrible. It's nothing new to us. So again, you treat it like anything else. You put your risk in place. You put your alerts in place. You chart it, and you'll be fine. But there's nothing really with Memorial Day to do with it. Palantir, I love, but to trade it, I mean, I think it's starting to come along. I love this name long term. I own a decent amount of shares. But again, above the 50 on the daily, 25.16 would be the next target. I have an alert of 28 for a breakout. I bought on dips. I love the name, but trading it, just be careful, obviously, ahead of the weekend. Good morning, Carlos. Just want to say thank you for your morning notes. Appreciate it. Thank you, George. Zomedica, worth buying. I have no idea what that is. So you'd have to send me a ticker. Space calls worth it or to buy shares long term. I sold my space. Dumb, I know. But again, I had 250 shares. I probably missed out on maybe about $2,500. It happens, guys. I mean, I'm not some genius or some fortune teller. Again, I questioned myself why I owned it. A lot of the insiders sold some of the shares, and I was just like, I don't want to own this name that really doesn't make any money. Again, a speculation name. You're going to put in that speculation bucket. I'm all for it. I don't hate space, but I don't want to own it. I'll love to trade it. Anything above 32.09, I will go ahead and probably buy some calls here. So let's see if we get that continuation and breakout. But again, I'm not against it if you want to put in your speculation bucket. Go for it. If it's one of those things that you like long term and you say, hey, I want to own this. I believe that space travel is the way to go. Go for it. I'm not going to say, oh, you're dumb. No, of course not. But it's not something that I wanted to own. I'd rather just trade it. Good morning, Carlos. Thoughts on HDNL? Sorry, Jason, I didn't skip you. I'll get you here in a second. HDNL. I don't know what HDNL is. Nothing comes up. NEO, love NEO long term. I think they're amazing. The Chinese, I've actually seen some of the videos of their cars. They look pretty nice. I wouldn't own one. I'd rather own a Tesla personally. But again, NEO, I think long term. EV is great. Own it. I own it. I love it. I buy on dips. Break up 41.90. Possible calls. Thoughts on BABA? Love BABA long term. The price action has been absolute shit, but that's okay. I'm a long-term holder. Anything above 203, I am a buyer. Above 230, we get out of this little funk on the hourly, and then we get back to around 250 on the daily. That's what I'm looking for here. But BABA is criminally underpriced. It's all headlines from China as well. You think Tesla will continue to run? Yes, I think Tesla will continue to run. Anything on TSM? Oh, let me see TSM. Taiwan Semiconductors. Again, the semiconductor names are starting to bid. NVIDIA had a great quarter. I wanted for a little more of a dip to buy some more, but they didn't dip enough. AMD, we know they're doing their buyback. TSM is a great one. I think TSM is a buy, absolutely. But nothing to trade here. Thoughts on crypto going to this weekend? Thinking in advance? Well, again, Memorial Day weekend. Liquidity will be a little less than usual. So I usually say weekends are for crypto. Memorial weekend is for having fun, in my opinion. I think a lot of people are not going to be staring at their charts when they're out on the beach. Seems like it broke a downward channel on TSM. Yeah, you see on the 1 hour again, nice recovery on TSM. Yep, you're starting to see above it. 116.40 broke above the 50. Listen, these growthy names are starting to come back, which is a good sign. I've said it. Q3 is where we're going to start getting those growth. Tech is going to get to move. Q2 was all value. Q1 was all value. We know that. So again, now it's time for Q3 to get some love as people are going to start wanting to get some higher growth names. When is the Tesla car coming? What Tesla car? My bad. HNDL. Let's see. HNDL. I don't know anything about this name. Looking at the chart, it doesn't look anything special. I mean, there's nothing to do. And looking at the daily, there's nothing special here either. So I wouldn't waste my time on it. If you want to own it, I guess. I don't know much about it. Cheers from Singapore. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining me again. But yeah, so HNDL, I mean, there's really nothing there, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't even know if there's probably options volumes on it. So that's what I'm looking at today. Let's see what we get, guys. Again, maybe you take a half day, you enjoy the rest of your day, if anything, from trading. You're probably not going to miss much for the most part. You might get a melt up on ES. Maybe NASDAQ gets a little bit of some bids. Obviously crypto is under pressure slightly. The dollar is up, so that's something to look at. But for the most part, I wouldn't expect tons of action. Don't expect fireworks either. But have a great day, guys. Enjoy your weekend. If I don't catch you later on today for the aftermarket recap, obviously that's the next video I have. But other than that, guys, have a great, safe Memorial Day weekend. We're back on it on Tuesday. Nothing on Monday. So enjoy yourselves. Please stay safe. And we'll catch you guys on Tuesday for the morning note. Have a good one, guys. G.A.R Capital FX.com is the website. Thank you so much again for your time. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys later.